Okay, so hi Rasmus. The poem The White Man's Burden was written by Rudyard Kipling in 1899. And Mr. Kipling himself was an experienced colonialist, and through this poem he addressed the new imperialists, the United States. By the time that the poem was written in 1899, the United States could claim a modest number of overseas colonies, and this included Hawaii, Guam, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines. And now the controversial subject was about race, which is also one of the main themes in the poem The White Man's Burden. Through time, many people have seen Kipling's poem as racist, but it is possible to look at the poem from different perspectives. According to Kipling, the white man's burden were both an obligation for the European colonial powers, because the white man's race was supposed to rule over other races such as the African. It was the white man's duty to help the poor and primitive colored from the countries which had been colonized. This colonization would then ideally lead to the economical and social development that had been seen in Europe beforehand. And the poem even suggests and indicates that some of the white men who took up this burden might die or in any way suffer from doing these people a big favor. But Kipling saw more pros than cons in this question, because he said that morally these individuals were changed for the better because they helped these suffering races. And then the judgment of God would be mild and appreciating of all the good that the white man did while he was on earth. And in many ways, this was all both political and interracial and religious, which is all something that's seen through the following pictures slash cartoons. In the first cartoon, the colonized people are um, pictured as barbaric and primitive, and the white men are pictured with like with great patience, and they are willing to suffer this burden so that they can carry the color to the top of the mountain, where there is this functioning civilization waiting as a reward. And also the white men are depicted with elegant and nationalistic clothes and colors, like the American white, blue, and red in the front. In the second cartoon, the colonized people are depicted as children, and all the children are clinging to the white man, Uncle Sam, which is often depicted as the personification of America. And all the children are crying and begging for his attention. And it's obvious through this cartoon that they are seen as the white man's burden, which he has to take care of. It's his duty to take care of them, just like if they were real children. And in the third and last cartoon, Uncle Sam, the same man, has to teach a classroom full of ill-mannered children of the colonized countries. And it's pictured as a great struggle to develop the intellectuality of these children. In the poem, Kipling also described them as new-caught, sullen people, half devil and half child. And this description is based on the general sight that the imperialists saw the original population of the colonized country. Later on, the satiric points and tone of the poem has been pointed out, suggesting that Kipling himself might have been a critical view might have had a critical view of the whole idea of colonization, even though he was right in the middle of it. Today, the burden of civilization is seen from another perspective. In modern days, the burden is seen more as a restoration of the African and the other colonized countries, such as India and the Philippines. And the help that the European countries gives is mainly in economic way, and that is more of an apology for all the damage that we did there while we colonized them.